Hello, Year 10s. Hope you're doing well. We've nearly made it to the end of simultaneous equations, which I'm very impressed with. All the work that's been handed in so far has been really nice work that's being done. So if we can keep that up, we'll be definitely getting loads of marks on our exams whenever we do them or on our tests. I'm really impressed with this work that you've done. So for your starter, I just want you to solve this pair of simultaneous equations that we learned about in yesterday's lesson. So go ahead and have a go at that. All right, so you don't have to multiply these in the same way that I do. I'm going to multiply the entire top equation by 3 so I can make the 6's into the same number. So I have 9x plus 6y is equal to 30, and then I have 5x plus 6y is equal to 22. 6y and 6y are exactly the same, so I'm going to subtract the two equations, and I'm left with 4x is equal to 8. So if I divide both sides by 4, I'm left with x is equal to 2. I think that the very first equation of this entire question is the nicest. 3x plus 2y is 10, but I just found out that x is equal to 2, so 3 times by 2 is actually 6. 6 plus 2y is equal to 10. Subtract both sides by 6, 2y is equal to 4, and divide both sides by 2, we get y is also equal to 2. Okay, so that's what we've been working on recently. We're going to pretty much do the exact same thing today. It just has literally, as all of our other lessons have, one additional step. All right, here we go. So today's lesson is called Simultaneous Equations Worded Problems, and the only thing that's different about today's lesson than all the other ones is that they don't give us the simultaneous equations, we have to create them ourselves. So let's read this question out and see what we can do with it. 9 pens and 5 pencils cost £3.20, and 7 pens and 8 pencils cost £2.90. Find the unit price for each pen and pencil. So basically, they gave us a bunch of information about pens and pencils, and they want us to find out how much is just one pen and just one pencil. So I'm going to, instead of writing the word pen, I'm going to use the letter X, and instead of writing the word pencil, I'm going to use the letter Y. So the first part says 9 pens, so that is 9x, and 5 pencils, so that is 5y, and that costs £3.20. Now we haven't really dealt with decimals, but I promise you the entire question is going to stay the same. And then the second part says 7 pens, which is 7x, and 8 pencils, which is 8y, is £2.90. Right? And then you just have to decide, do you want to make the x's the same or do you want to make the y's the same? And I think I'd like to make the letter y's the same. And in order for me to do that, I've got 5y and 8y. The first thing they have in common is 40. So I'm going to times the entire top equation by 8 and the bottom one by 5. And the reason I'm going to do that is so that I can end up with 40y. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I did grab my calculator, so I'm going to use this to work it out. The first part is going to be 7x plus 40, no, not 7, oh dear, let's try that again. All right, 72x plus 40y. Now this is why I grabbed my calculator. £3.20 times by 8 gives me 25.6. You can include the 0 afterwards because it's money, or you can leave it off. It doesn't really matter. 5 times 7 is 35. So 35x plus 40y is equal to 2.9 times 5 gives us 1450. All right, we have 40y in the top equation and 40y in the bottom equation. Those are exactly the same, so I can go ahead and subtract these two equations. 72 take away 35 gives me 37x, and £25.60 minus 14.50 gives me £11 and 10p. And then again, still using my calculator, I'm going to divide both sides by 37, and I find out that x is equal to 0.3. Now this is money, so I should probably put another 0 there as well. That just tells me that 1 pen is 30 pence. Now that I know that, I can find out how much is one of the pencils. I think that the first equation looks pretty good, so I'm going to use 9x plus 5y equals 3 pounds 20, but x is 0.3, so 9 times 0.3 gives me 2.7, so 2 pounds 70 plus 5y equals 3 pounds 20. Subtract both sides by 2.7, and we end up with 5y is equal to 0.5, and then divide both sides by 5, and we end up with y is equal to 0.10, or a pencil is 10p. So there we go. We've got our pen is 30p, and our pencil is 10p. That is literally no different than all of the lessons we've done up until now. The only difference is that first step where you have to actually make the equations. I know that you like to write examples down in your book, so I think we should do another one and go through that together. All right, for this next example, it's a little bit different than the last one, just the way that it's set up, but it's a great one for you to write down because it's nice and short. It says if the sum of two numbers, it looks like really dodgy, sorry, it looks like really dodgy writing, and I don't remember writing it this badly. Let me explain it a little bit nicer. If the sum of two numbers is 45 and their difference is 15, we want to find out what the two numbers are. You can call the two numbers whatever you'd like. I'm going to call them A and B. Okay, so it says the sum of the two numbers is 45, which means when we add them together, we get 15. So we have A plus B is equal to 15. And then it also says, actually, I'm sorry, let me try that again. A plus B is 45. And then it says their difference is 15. So that must mean A take away B is equal to 15. Now, it doesn't actually matter which order it's in. It's just don't worry about if A take away B is negative or anything like that. It will all work out nicely for you. Now, this question, you have a bunch of different options. You can see that the A and the A are exactly the same, so you can subtract them. But I also noticed that B and B have alternate signs, so I could add them. And I always think it's easier to add the two equations, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add them and get rid of the letter B. So I have 2A is equal to 60, so A is equal to 30. And I got that by dividing both sides by 2. And then the next part is I choose whichever equation I like best. I think A plus B equals 45 is good. And then I can go ahead and fill in what I know. 30 plus B is 45. So B is equal to 15 because I subtracted 30 from both sides. And then there's our two answers. Okay, there's really nothing different about today's lesson than all of our other ones as soon as you've made the two equations. I will go through one more example if you want to stay for that. Otherwise, you can go ahead and just crack on with your questions today. All right? All right, last example from me. If you're still here listening, we've got two tables and three chairs together cost £2,000. Three tables and two chairs together cost £2,500. Find the cost of a table and a chair. All right, so if we have to start by making our equations, two tables and three chairs are £2,000, and three tables plus two chairs are 2,500. Right, now that we've got our two equations, we do whatever we'd like. Do you want to make the letter T's the same or the letter C's? I'm going to go ahead and make the letter T's the same, so I'm going to times the first equation by 3 and the second one by 2. So 6T plus 9C is 6,000, and 6T plus 4C is 5,000. So I have 6T and 6T, which are exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract them. And I am left with 5C is equal to 1,000. So dividing both sides by 5, I get that one chair is 200 pounds. Okay, and then you choose whichever equation you like. I like to just use the first one. 2T plus 3C is 2,000. But I just found out that a chair is 200, so 3 times by 200 is 600. 2t plus 600 is 2,000. Subtracting 600 from both sides, I get 2t is 1,400. And then dividing both sides by 2, I get a table is 700. All right, and then there we go. We now know that a chair costs 200 pounds and a table costs 700 pounds. Like I said a number of times, today's lesson isn't really any different than the other ones. You just have to make the equations yourself. Okay, I will be available during the entire I will be available on the Google Classroom during the entire lesson. I just wanted to take a little bit of a break from live lessons today. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Bye.